And welcome back to HWH once again. For this instance, I would like to take a good look inside, of course, since outside it is crazy hot out there. We're going to take a look at the Rapid Launch and Loop set from the Action series, which came out pretty recently, as you can see. But this is, believe it or not, yet another remake of an older set. You might remember when they made this many years ago, basically at the height of the Trick Tracks age of Hot Wheels, which was about 15 years ago. But the bottom line is that it's nice to have this set back once again in Hot Wheels' new lineage of sets, cars, and etc. With all this stuff coming around in 2025, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff coming around next year as well, yeah, I probably won't do much for 2026 and onwards, HWH-wise, but hey, let's savor each moment while we can. I'm going to unbox this set, and we're going to see what it looks like outside of its packaging. And here it is. In all of its glory, we have the new Rapid Launch and Loop set out of the box and fully assembled. I happen to notice a few different things. Apart from the unique color palette of lime green, orange, and sky blue, along with the accenting of original blue, we have ourselves a complimentary Hot Wheels logo, which seemingly is its own sticker that they've pre-painted on, which I'm always proud to see that they pre-place these stickers on so that we don't end up getting these messy sticker sheets and all that. I also happen to notice that we do happen to have a couple new features here. First off, we have this starter set here. This segment, I don't exactly know why it needs to be there, but as you can see, it's pretty much self-explanatory enough. But then of course we have this component here, a crank necessary to ensure that the flywheel will in fact actuate. Because after all, what happens is that this green segment here, what happens is that, well, it actuates like so. So essentially the car will fly through, hit that trigger, and well, cause it to fly up like that. Of course, we do have to reset this by moving the crank like so. Of course, it's better if I had this with two hands operating, but since I'm holding the camera right now, doesn't seem to be much of a difference. In any case though, for today's challenge, what we're going to be doing here is a circuit style competition. If you remember any of these cars, well, you might remember when I had a huge bunch of them some episodes ago, and I was basically using them on a certain layout in the patio. Well, wouldn't you know, these cars are what's left of round one from that competition. I'll put a link in the description box down below, so that way you guys can check out what happened to these cars and how they ended up here today. This is what you might call a second chance, at least for this final season of HWH, in which that I have a good total of 60 cars to work with. And as you can see, that's a lot to work with. So expect this to be split down in a few parts. And when I talk about circuit racing in this context, well, we're going to be using this piece here, cranking it up to full power, because I found that 16 full activations can be achieved when cranked up to the maximum. So again, I'll have that worked out by the time we get to the next shot, which will in fact consist of all 60 cars put together here in this bucket. And I'll have them organized in a way in which that, when I say organized, I quite mean it. There will be specific rows correlating to how many laps they complete around this track. And so we're basically going to start off with 15 and work our way down to the other 45. So for today, this is part 1 of 4 of what I expect to be a unique competition, circuit racing style racing around the Rapid Launch and Loop set. And so here we go. Yeah, you don't want to go the wrong way. Okay, so max resistance means that we have maximum power of this flywheel. So out of 60 cars, we're gonna go ahead and start off with, oh, what do you know? The Mastretta MXR. I expect this to be a pretty good model around this track, so oh, okay. Well, didn't seem to get very much speed there. Let's try one more time. Okay, well, so far, this is basically 0 laps. And well, that's basically just it. For the next car, we're gonna be using the T-Rex Transporter. Yeah, look at that. A 1/64 scale version of the iconic T-Rex Transporter, which itself was a unique full-sized model that you could purchase. I, of course, had this in HWH in the past, but have since had it liquidated. So, how does this little guy hold up? Oh, well, that was pretty good. T-Rex Transporter just ran 4 laps around this layout. So, as you can see, we pretty much have to get the cranks back up to full power, which, again, if I had both hands, this would make it a lot easier. Mastretta, unfortunately, had 0. So, we'll basically just put it at 0 laps on this end and maybe 1 lap and 2 laps and so on, depending on who does good and who doesn't do so good. I guess over here on the blue side, we'll make it the higher laps, and the orange, we could be pretty generous because of how large this part of the layout is, and just call this spot the not so good placement. Either way you look at it, we're going to be seeing some pretty epic competition here. T-Rex Transporter does currently dominate. Only 2 cars we made so far, but I intend to do another 13 more for this episode. Next is Driftsta. This is a really popular model that I've had on the channel, and I will say, it does good in many ways. It's a good track car, but how about this flywheel? Oh, well, that's technically 1 lap. Whoops. Well, let's try one more time. Well, I mean, that's technically 1 or 2 laps, so we'll just say it did slightly better than the Mastretta MXR. Now we're going to move on to Battle Spec, which is a former Acceleracers model. This one, of course, has orange and blue all over it. It's a good model on the track, but how about this one? Well, looks like T-Rex Transporter is being outclassed by Battle Spec. Wow. Oh man, yeah. I counted more than 7 laps there. So I feel like what we're gonna do here is, you know what, this spot here in front of the layout, we'll just call this the MVP section. Most valued person. And I feel like that's pretty much worth it. Mostly for the fact that we got 1 car that just aced the competition so far. But let's get reprimed and ready to go. 11 more cars I plan to do for this part. Next up we have ourselves, let's see, this one in particular is an 81 Camaro. This one hasn't been as well known as other muscle cars on the channel, but how well does this one do? Can it beat Battle Spec? Whoa, man. Is it gonna do it? Yeah, it is. Holy crap, that is insane. A Camaro beats Battle Spec? Okay, you know what? We'll just stop right there. Like I said, the amount of turns that this flywheel can make is exponentially larger than that of the original version of this layout that came back way back in the day. So we'll pretty much just cap it off at 10, and anyone who gets up to around that point, basically beyond 5 laps, will be right here in the MVP section. So Now let's move on to Rocket Fire. I know this one's going to do very well. You might have seen how many competitions this model aced. And in this exact color scheme of highlighter, orange, white, and black, let's see how well it does on a layout like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, it's getting there. The MVP section is awaiting it. And that's pretty much enough. So, wow, 3 models in a row. And wow, the T-Rex transporter must feel pretty packed over there. So, well, I guess it's about time we do start getting to more models that are not so good. One such case will have to include the Surfin' School Bus. I especially like this Gold Coast color scheme. It's got a nice turquoise on the top, accenting the unique black smoked windows, alongside the pink colored tires, as well as many other colors associated, but I know this one's not going to do that well. Yeah, so one more time for science. And that's pretty much it. 0 laps for you. Kind of crazy, the Mistretta MXR is a good model and didn't even complete a single lap. Well, okay, here's another model I know probably won't do so well. Bogzilla. I know this one's not going to do so well because it's got pretty large tires for one thing. And it's also got a pretty bulky frame. Is it even going to fit? Well, like I said, it's got large wheels. Well, doesn't even want to fit in there. So we're going to have to forego that model for today. Well, here we go. Another former Acceleracers model, Synchro. I know this is going to be a good model on this layout, just like Battle Spec. But can it reach the MVP section? Well, 1 lap so far. I guess if we crank it up a couple more times, maybe that'll help. Ooh. Heard some bad clicking. Okay, so let's try Synchro again. See how he does. Only 1 lap? Well, okay. I guess that's pretty much it for Synchro. Here we got a Trackstars model, Muscle Speeder, which I know is also going to do a pretty good job. Mostly in speeding, but how about the high bank curves as well as the loop? Oh, what? There's no way. There's no way. You flew right off the track and then just ended up upside down. Well, let's try again. Well, I mean, its body style is a little funky for what it is. One more time. How about we try backwards? Oh, well, what a total surprise. I feel like that, considering that it's a track star, you'd think it would do a good job. But hey, I guess not everybody's gonna be destined to win here today. But still, we got ourselves a good amount of models here to work with. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 that did a great job, 5, 6 others that didn't do so good. So, with 5 models to go, how about the Lincoln Continental? I do love this color scheme that it has. A giant W plastered over some nice gold striping and a unique bronze surface. It just works so well. Well, ouch. Something tells me that's gonna leave a mark. That's pretty much it for you. Well, so far we do have some models that are actually not doing so well. I guess they've balanced out the unique value of the MVP section down here. Well, here we go. Here's a model with some potential here. Gazella GT. I do like this Hot Wheels style color scheme that it has here. The sky blue just works well with the unique yellow tinted canopy on top. So how well does it do here? Okay, it's joining the MVP. Victory lap, and there you go. So, car number 4 that's made it to the MVP section. Now we're gonna go with a Lotus. How about the Lotus Emira? Perhaps one of the most powerful EVs to date, as of today. So, can it join the MVP crew? Oh, only 1 lap, just like Synchro. Well, one more time. Oh, yeah. Only made 1 lap. Sorry. That's not how we do it today. Now we have ourselves a Ford Bronco R, which is certainly a unique design based on the newer Bronco that we got. But because it's mostly made as an off-road vehicle, I don't have much high hopes for this one. Okay. Once again, we got off-road tires that won't cooperate very well with the innards of the flywheel. And well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That means we got 1 more space left here for today. Why don't we go ahead and end off with the Mad Mike Drift Attack. This one's a pretty unique model. Not so recent as some others I've shown on the channel, but I've known this was featured in some content. Well, okay. That was not so good. There's no way. Well, 0 laps for you. With that, that completes part 1 of 4 of this unique little circuit challenge around the unique rapid launch and loop set. I do like this set very much. It probably is one of the best new sets I've gotten as of late. Some have been a bit hit or miss, but this one is showing to have potential here. One car has gotten high laps that at least qualifies for success. And we got ourselves a few contenders that did so well, I just had to make another new category practically on the fly for cars like these. Battle Spec, 81 Camaro, Rocket Fire, and Gazella GT are all in the MVP section, as I call it. Everybody else, though, that's gone so far, from Mastretta to Lotus, they've unfortunately not done so well, getting only 0 or just 1 lap. So, we do have a lot of room for improvement in the long run, but I'm still glad at how success has turned up so far. Tune in tomorrow, and I will come back with part 2.